Freunde, Entschuldigung, da bin ich wieder. Ich wünsche einen guten Tag, guten Morgen, guten Abend, gute Nacht, Mitternacht, Nachmittag und um welche Uhrzeit ihr euch auch immer dieses Video anschaut. Es ist Zeit für Kapitel 8, Riverside Institut. In der namenlosen Buchhandlung verfolgte Pierce die Spur eines versuchten Einbruchs. Er entdeckte, dass Charles Hawkins hinter den Einbruch steckte. Pierce öffnete den Tresor des Buchhändlers und fand, was dieser und Sarah Hawkins darin aufbewahrt hatten. Ein in Menschenhaut gebundenes Buch lag im Tresor und zog den Detective unwiderstehlich an. Es ist das Necronomicon, meine Freunde. Als er es öffnete, wurde sein Geist in einen anderen Körper projiziert. Ich bin gespannt, in was für einen anderen Körper wir jetzt eingestiegen sind. Ah, das Necronomicon. Wie schön. Was die wenigsten wissen, das Necronomicon hat viel mit dem Mythos von Call of Cthulhu und so eine Sachen zu tun. Dann würde ich mal sagen, betreten wir den Wahnsinn.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Very well. I'll examine him. "30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the touch, slightly sticky. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations.
Die streiten
And
sich ja
this
beschäftigt im Hintergrund.
transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
Also eins muss ich sagen, erstmal Respekt an die Frau, weil es in dem Jahre es geschaffen, eine Ärztin zu werden, ist definitiv nicht leicht gewesen. Gerade 1924. Und zu ihm, er ist ein Arschloch.
These are alarming symptoms. If we don't act, he'll die.
Do you believe that? I'm not as convinced, you see. I even think this man has a strong chance of completely healing from his ailments.
No, Doctor. This patient isn't himself anymore. He's dying.
Really? What do you mean by isn't himself?
He's changing. His physical characteristics, they are more animal than human now.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Einem Arschloch.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
Doctor, please. My chest. Oh.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands.
frag mich ja, ich kann mich ja hier frei bewegen.
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan?
Oh, listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl.
Es muss immer Klatschtanschen geben, ne?
And the answer is no. You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing. That silly goose lets herself be trodden on.
Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
And just wait and see the next time the water's cut off. It's a real show.
We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks.
Le uomo delinquente. Hatschi, ach, Gesundheit. Diese pseudowissenschaftliche Abhandlung von Cesario Lombroso setzt die Morphologie eines Menschen in Kontext zu dessen kriminellen Veranlagung. Die Ernsthaftigkeit der Studie und die Genauigkeit der Demonstration können einen uniformten Leser täuschen. Okay.
We're running out of this medicine.
I know, Doctor. We sent the purchase order, though, but Mrs. Donovan refused it.
Once again.
Can't you do anything?
Donovan takes her instructions directly from Dr. Fuller. I'm afraid I can do nothing about it for the moment. The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high.
Oh, es ist doch mal schön, wenn man sich mal frei bewegen kann, einfach nichts abgeschlossen ist, alles untersuchen.
I don't have any business in the boiler room.
Das war jetzt Timing. Also das ist Timing, wie es im Buche steht, Alter. Ich sag noch, hier ist nichts abgeschlossen.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation. This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
Oh, meine eigene Akte.
Dr. Colden, we need you at once in Dormitory B.
What is the problem?
Mr. Evans seems to be having trouble with his IV.
I've done an exam. Deborah is looking after him.
And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her medical file.
I'll never understand why it's so hard to see patients' files around here.
Rules are rules. See, with Dr. Fuller, he's in charge. Anyhow, they're still waiting, and I don't think they'll leave until they get what they want.
Understood. Anything else?
As a matter of fact, yes. A man has been brought up from the basement.
Oh. What state is he in now?
You should go see for yourself, Doctor.
Okay. Gott sei Dank, ich muss mich diesmal nicht verstecken.
Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
Tell me your symptoms.
I have headaches, and I can't sleep.
Do you suffer from insomnia?
No. Look, I don't want you to laugh at me.
Ethan, if you don't trust me, then who?
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
With everything that happened to you these last days, it's no wonder you're feeling stressed.
Maybe.
Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh, there's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
Küssi!
Is everything all right, Ethan?
Yeah, I know I should go.
I will work until late.
Oh. All right. I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost
Where
no
did my
patience.
fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
Dr. Colden, do you want something? Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling. His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
Those basement brutes tied him up too tight, and now he's hurt.
I keep trying to heal his wounds, but he reopens them.
Do you have a diploma as a nurse?
Excuse me?
So take care of this man.
Berechtigte Frage.
What is the boiler room key doing here? The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it. Intoxication from breathing organic vapors. Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
Irene Sanders Krankenakte. In der Akte wird der Zustand beschrieben, in dem Irene Sanders Institut eingeliefert wurde, sowie die verabreichte Fuller fügte handschriftlich hinzu, empfiehlt sie in den psychiatrischen Flügel zu verlegen, um die Ruhe und Erholung zu geben, die sie benötigt. Dann ist da unten hin!
Mrs. Sanders? He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Ah, the whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back?
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out.
Das war so viel Informationskraft, wie man nur möglich haben könnte. Nichts.
Hay fever. What's he doing here?
Was ist Heufieber?
This place draws you in and never lets you go. The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office. The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve? Why not ask the janitor?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. Imagine if there were a leak. Anyhow, the boiler room is locked half the time. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Dr. Colden?
Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Harding. She came in with a kidney problem, but we haven't heard anything since.
I'm sorry. Dr. Fuller is a very busy man.
Well, is there anyone else who can tell us what's going on?
She's our only family, you know, and we can't even see her medical file.
Don't worry. I'm aware our institution is not always welcoming. But your mother is in good hands. I'll tend to her myself, and keep you informed at once. Would that suit you?
Well, that sure sounds great to us, Doctor. Thank you.
But those are just words, so we're not budging.
Very well. At least I'll know where to find you. Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food.
Ich überlege gerade die ganze Zeit so. Wegen Nierenproblem.
Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble. The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it. The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it. Ah, so there's Harding. She's still sleeping. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable, but Fuller was able to save her kidney.
Gehen wir mal zu den beiden zurück und sagen, ja, also ihre Mutter lebt.
So, Doctor, have you been able to examine our mother?
I've tended to her, and I have good news. Her blood analysis is reassuring. Her kidneys are as new.
Are you talking about the same person? This is miraculous.
She's still recovering, but you may speak to her upon her awakening.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. We'll wait for her to wake up. We've been here since this morning, so it won't make a difference.
Gut. Jetzt muss ich irgendwie in das Büro gelangen, aber ich weiß noch nicht wie. Administration. Das war irgendwie sehr einfach. Umkleide. Das Nachschlagwerk der medizinischen Wissenschaften. Wie ein Wörterbuch behandelt dieses Werk in alphabetischer Reihenfolge. Mann, ich muss langsamer lesen. Ach, scheiß drauf jetzt. Alle bekannten und praktizierten medizinischen Wissenschaften. Für jeden der Einträge sind die Hauptwerke und die zuständigen Behörden aufgeführt. Das ist ja schön. Damit hat sich wohl unsere Medizinkunde verbessert. Hätte mich jetzt auch gewundert, wenn ich hier kein Medizinbuch gefunden hätte. Das für eine alte Schreckschraube hier, ha?
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Voll in die Fresse.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Richtige Snitch, Alter. Okay, dann weiß ich jetzt, was ich machen muss. Schlüssel holen, Wasser abstellen und dann...
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
Vor allem, sie steht über der Krankenschwester, Alter, und dann musst du sich sowas anhören lassen, ne? Wenn man in der heutigen Zeit irgendjemandem Widerworte gibt, ob es dein Chef ist oder sonst jemand, ne, du bist gleich raus.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
Schön. Von A nach B, nach C, nach D. Finden Sie 567.856 verschiedene Sachen. Werkzeug finden.
The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
Thank you again, Doctor.
Oh, schade, ich dachte, die helfen mir. Officer Bradley vielleicht, ja.
Is everything all right, Ethan?
Yeah.
I will...
Oh.
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
Ja, manchmal geht das irgendwie so, keine Ahnung. Also entweder dauert es 50 Jahre, was zu finden, oder du findest es wirklich gefühlt Schlag auf Schlag, alles, was du brauchst. Ich weiß jetzt nicht, ob das vielleicht mit Entdeckung und Entwicklung zusammenhängt, aber wir müssen mal schauen.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
Sie tut mir so leid, hier, dass die jetzt da für uns herhalten muss.
I'm busy. Elizabeth, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. But it's about the water.
What now?
It's off. It's not my fault.
Nothing is ever your fault. I told you to control the flow. Even if I know it's not your strong point.
I've apologized 1,000 times.
I haven't counted that many, but then unlike you, I don't have time to keep track.
Please, Mrs. Donovan.
At last. The missing files must be hidden here. Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle. I've unlocked something. Patient files. I was right.
Conclusions. Session number 17. Patient? Sarah Hawkins.
This finger belonged to a woman.
The patient appears
Why
to
keep
have
it here?
finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar delusions are the price that comes with...
Why is Ethan on medication? Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection. I must go back to the basement.
Warum habe ich das Gefühl, dass die hier definitiv gleich sterben wird? So heiliger Scheiße.
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
Was für ein Arschloch!
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly. Talk, filthy thief! Oh, I swear I'll shoot!
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead!
No. He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
What's this?
She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait. No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
Klar, ich nehme die Hilfe gerne mit.
All right. All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go. Rescue the doctor.
Thank you, Drake.
Alles klar, Leute. Damit beende ich diesen Part und wir sehen uns im nächsten Teil wieder. Ich freue mich darauf und ich sag dann mal wieder Tschüss.